From the front line to the studio, this is the Rebel Eye Podcast. Blessed love family, I am your host, Dub Souljah. Alrighty, what is up? How are you?
Wagwan.
Hey,
Doing
sir.
fantastic. Thank you for coming through. I hope it wasn't too much of a hassle to drag you here with all your gear and stuff.
No,
So we
of
can
course
do
not.
this. Yeah.
No, we want to be accommodating and we want to make it fire. It doesn't matter where it is. We're gonna do a thing. And luckily, you have Logic Pro, so.
So yeah, true. It was a little bit
Yeah.
easier to just
All right.
plug it
So, welcome everybody. This is the Rebel Eye Podcast, episode number 1, and we are joined by the magnificent, the amazing singer, songwriter, producer, beat creator,
French speaker,
keyboard player, French speaker, rockin' keyboard player, all those things. This is Mr. Sweesly Maak, Mr. Zach Attack. You know what it is. For people who don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what you do.
Okay, I'll try to make it simple. I'm originally from Morocco. I grew up making music very early on, so it was a no-brainer for me when I started making music. It was either that or soccer, and I felt like I was a little bit stronger in the music, and that's kind of what I picked because to become a soccer player, you fairly need to know a lot of people. so I felt like my voice was a little bit stronger, and that's why I went with it. So yeah, originally from Morocco. First time to the studio was when I was 14.
Wow.
So a bit of a struggle to get the money, and I had to travel to a different city. So my parents weren't too hot about the idea of going to a studio, a rap music studio. So I mean, that's kind of it. Started back then. I decided to have like a little EP. We called it Maxi back then. And after that, America came and just got the chance to study some music here, some theory at BC, and started playing in bands. And at the time, everybody had plans to go to different schools and stuff. I didn't have any. And I didn't want to get a loan because everybody was scaring me because nobody could pay it off. So I just chose to gig, and that's where I'm at.
There you go.
Wow.
I think in an interview with Century Tribe, you mentioned before that being on stage in California feels surreal,
Like a movie.
considering where you came from.
Absolutely.
So, can you talk more about growing up in Morocco and what it was like there?
Well, to begin with, to study music, it was difficult if you have no money. So I remember going to this public school that did teach music, and the guy basically was like, he would hand us his business card, and he's like, if you really want to study music, you should come to my school in the capital. So at the time, at least the program that I was into, they wouldn't let you touch an instrument until you do 2 years of solfeggio.
Oh,
So it was
really?
not fun, yeah.
2 years of solfege.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you would not even touch an instrument until you were done with those 2 first years.
I did solfege in college myself, and it was like the super thick book. And I remember the teacher was like one of those, he could hear the door creak and say, oh, that's F sharp or whatever, stuff like that. And I'm like, what the hell? So this guy was definitely a freak. But I remember the final project was they just opened up the book and just pointed to a random line and said, sing this, pass or fail.
Oh my God.
Pass or fail. I passed, but he could, amongst 40 kids, the teacher could point out the one guy flat. You know what I mean? It was that kind of, but that book is intense, yeah.
Yeah, we never I feel like when I came to America, I got taught what a relative pitch is and what perfect pitch is. And that is really crucial when you study solfeggio because they did have us it wasn't as hardcore, but maybe because I didn't, stay long enough to know what was happening. But they did this thing called dictée, so they would tell you a note and you'll need to figure it out on the keys and vice versa kind of thing.
Okay.
But again, I didn't go further to see what was happening in the class. But yeah, growing up in Morocco, I didn't have access to instruments or any space to make music. So the way it kind of came about was just me singing. So we have like where we have the stairs because we have like a flat of apartments. That's
Oh
how
yeah,
my family lives, and we have a lot of reverb in that space. So like I just sit there and sing for hours. My uncle just shout, trying to sleep. We gotta work tomorrow. I'm like, listen, one more tune, just. So yeah, I used to do that for a bit, and then it was mainly like us beatboxing on the streets, and just no knowledge of music whatsoever. So like, what kind of got me like hyped up to the idea is like when we would go in summer when we would go to the beach, we would start just having fun.
yeah.
But some people would like change the way they're sitting. Instead of looking at the beach, they're looking at us like if we're giving them a show.
Oh,
So
yeah,
as soon
yeah.
as I saw that, I was like, listen, there's potential here. And this was again when I was like 13, 12, and we would go and we would just like chill and just it was a lot of just improv. Sometimes we do sing songs that we know.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was just improv. So yeah, like most of it just came natural. Like there was no training until I came to America, and that's where I got the chance to study it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. How do you see your Moroccan heritage making its way or weaving its way into your music?
It's interesting to see the development that Morocco has been through, given that we have the internet now,
Yeah.
because everything has shifted from the way kids are, raised to how certain genres are recorded. And let's say there was a lot of genres I wasn't too fond of, like let's say Shebi. Shebi is a really like Shebi in Arabic means pop, so it's the popular music of Morocco. And it used to be recorded in certain fashions where like the quality wasn't quite there. So like unless you went to a live show, most of the time it sounded like garbage to me.
Yeah.
So when the internet kind of happened and they started fusing like hip hop 808s into like those genres and Rai music and other subgenres that are from the Arab world, it brought back that part that we were in denial of, because especially when rap music came to Morocco, we wanted nothing to do with any other genre. We're like boom bap, old school type shit, that's it. We only tackle like actual topics. No, love songs. No, I love you, mom. I love you, dear friend. No. It was all just like, fuck the government, fuck the police, fuck.
I'm down with that.
So it was intense like that in the beginning. So after that, it became more, even for like famous rappers that were kind of like that, to actually like, make songs about their moms or, about their girlfriends or something. Or the love of the country, or I don't know, a job or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it reflects a little bit on what I do now a little bit. Now here in America, it's hard to find people that can play the shit that I bring sometimes.
Yeah.
Because the other day I was with El Calpa and Glenn, and they were like sharing songs they're listening to, and El Calpa was like, "What do you listen to recently?" And I pulled up one of the songs, and Glenn was like, "How do you count this?" I'm like, "If you get your subdivisions right, it is just in 4/4, but it's in 6/8." But that's what I'm saying. Like even when I come up with songs like
everything is 4/4.
Yeah. But even when I come up with songs like that, I'm struggling finding musicians that can do it. You know? I mean, they exist. They just cost money.
Yeah, especially the ones that are quick to pick up 6/8 time signature.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's why I like hanging out with Dave Holidolov and his friends. Like, let's say he brought in this violin player, and we never rehearsed until the day of, like before the gig, like 2 hours before the gig. And he started playing, and the Arabic style, he outdid that. He sounded phenomenal. And those crew, like talking about odd time signatures, they fucking kill it.
That's cool.
We were jamming at the Plaza, and we went to Wobbs, and he was like, "Let's switch the time signature on him." So mid-song, they switched it to like 5/6 or some bullshit. It's like, that's evil. Don't do that shit to me. If you hear it, never again.
Never again. When was the moment you realized that you were going to be Sweesly Maak. You were gonna be a musician, and this was what you wanted to do with yourself, with your life.
Sweesly Mac, the name came much later, but music, I would say probably 14 when I decided to go to the studio. Because I felt like I wasn't good at school. The only topic I was good at was French. And I felt like the only thing I could do is something that I feel strongly about.
Yeah.
So I felt like music was my forte, and that's how I kind of made that decision at that time. People like would, like go out and party and all that, and I would just collect all that money and just put it into the studio because I needed to travel, I needed food, and I was young, so I needed to pay extra for the better cab, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was then.
That's cool, man.
13, 14.
And what? When does Sweesly Maak come into the picture?
Sweesly Mac came much later because back when I started music in Morocco, my name was B Gangsta.
Be gangsta.
So the reason behind that name was, if you call me B Gangsta, you're telling me to be a gangster. Like, I'm not trying to be this guy, but the life that I live in and the entourage I live in are forcing me to act a certain way.
Okay.
So that was the idea behind the name. But then I came to Monterey, and I went to an open mic. I was like, "Hi, everybody. My name is B Gangsta." And the crowd goes, probably not, but that's how I see it now. Coming to Monterey and saying something like that felt very unnatural at the time. So I switched to Zach Ben. I was lazy, so
Zach Ben. Hey, that's cool. That's a cool name too, yo.
I just was like, split my name in half.
Zach Ben,
First, last name, chop chop.
I'd be down with that.
And then later I was like, nah, this is way too boring of a name. Now, I really do not recommend this for artists, because when you switch your name, people they think it's a different person.
Yeah, no doubt.
Know. So I did lose a lot of followers, I guess, through that transition. Sweesly Mac came much, I guess, around like 2016-ish, like basically when Sensory Tribe became a thing. Maybe a little bit earlier than that. But yeah, it's just I wanted the name that represented my city and where I came from. And Sweesly is basically saying that I'm somebody from that city. It's like saying a New Yorker or something, but with a twist, with a little inside joke that only Slawi people will understand.
So you're a part of two actively moving bands right now, Sensory Tribe and Dub Souljah. What do each of those projects give you that others don't?
There's plenty, and it's hard to just like list them on the top of my head right now, but
just the gist. What's the main points, maybe?
Well, I have so much fun playing with these guys, both of them, because reggae music was that middle ground where I could like do rap music and still sing.
Yeah, and
it wasn't like hardcore like jazz or something like that, which is. It's got its crowd, usually old folks, but you know what I'm saying? So reggae, like, you kind of actually get both worlds. Like, you get a lot of youth and you get a lot of old folks listening to it. So I do enjoy it very much. I get a lot of experience from most of the band members, because everybody like has different jobs, or even when they don't have different jobs, they know so much. So let's say hanging out with Izzy, like. He just told us the other day about additive mixing. Never heard of it before. You don't know what additive mixing is. So you just bring everything down and you start adding one element.
That's my forte.
Well,
I didn't know that's what it's called.
Yeah, exactly.
So are you like start at 0 and then bring everything down a little bit?
So you bring everything down.
Well, I mean, are you at 0 decibels, like not nothing, but like at 0 dB, not plus or minus, just baseline, and then you're bringing things down to fit?
To my
That's what you do?
For me?
Yeah, you.
No, I just go by ear. Like
you just go by ear.
Yeah, it's never like
there's no method really.
Yeah, I never had like a way of doing it.
Okay.
Because when I started mixing, I was listening to this guy that was doing videos about rock music.
Yeah.
But at the time, to me, I was like, music is music. But that's the thing. They don't have 808s.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
for
yeah.
him, the way he mixes bass will never make sense to a hip hop,
No,
engineer.
totally.
So, for a while, I was trying to figure it out because I was like, and everybody says different things about how you should EQ it a certain way, do this a certain way. And for me, like, I don't abide by the rules of like, oh, a keyboard should, live from like this amount of hertz to this.
No,
I just don't
and
like that.
I was talking to the brother Phil the other day, and he was telling me cut is boost. That's what he was saying. Cut is boost, and because he said he went to some studio and they got a whole got like a master class or whatever on mixing, and like the dude played you the mix, and it sounded magical, amazing, angelic. And then they singled out the instruments, and they all sounded like crap on their own because of the way that they were EQ'd. And then together they sounded magical, but by themselves they sounded like crud. And so like he basically said, just cut out all of the fat from every instrument, no matter what it is. Cut out what you really don't need, and only what is supposed to sit where it's supposed to sit. Together the song will sound great. Just don't solo anything.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I do some of the low pass kind of
low pass for sure.
Cutting in certain instruments, and it's it's also like it still feels like to me like any engineer. You take like 5 engineers, they will make decisions differently no matter what. So that's why, like, for me, like, I never follow a certain way of doing it.
Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, that's the way that I mix. Bring everything down to 0, and then bring
not even 0. This is negative.
Like negative, like talking no sound at all. Bring
Mm-hmm.
the fader down to nothing, and then bring everything up one by one.
Yeah.
And fit everything, and then you start to adjust it as you go.
Yeah.
Listen to the mix 100 different times until you feel like, all right, everything's balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool, man. So you blend reggae, hip hop, and your North African vibes. What are your biggest musical influences?
I have to say that I've never, like, it's always been hard for me because I just love music in general. So like saying one particular artist doesn't feel quite right. But I'd say in reggae music, it's definitely his name is Amazir Katib. His band is Gnawa Diffusion. I may have shared
You
some
showed he's
some
got like a
songs.
big bass or something, right?
That's it.
Yeah, dude, that's
It's
cool.
called Gambri.
Oh, okay.
So here is why, because I've listened to him when I was a kid and I still listen to him today, and I feel like his speech never changed to begin with. He's much older, so I don't think he makes music anymore. His speech never changed, and he always had like very strong messages. He was all about legalizing marijuana back in the day. Everybody thought he was crazy. He was always against the corrupted systems and all that. So and not only, again, he's like that, but he's a great singer. And like when I go back and listen to the kind of quality that he was delivering, reggae-wise, especially now that I'm in it and I can hear the delays and the dubs and all that, he was doing all that and giving it that North African flavor.
That's cool, man. Hell
So,
yeah.
I would say him definitely just because of that. And also, like, he used to have like some of the largest crowds in the Arab world at the time. So
Wow.
yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, when you showed me the track, one of his tracks, I was like, "This is cool, man. This sounds like some low and slow dub. Like, this is tight."
Some of the melodies they have are crazy because they include instruments that don't even like traditionally and they don't exist in reggae, like ouds and qanun and some instruments that are non-present in the reggae music.
All right. So I listened to a little bit of your music. And of course, one song that really stuck to me and one song that I kind of resonate with a lot is your song Filistini. Tell me a little bit about that song and, what made you write it and a little bit about your process on putting that one together.
Palestine is a topic that I've spoken about since I started making music. So, and I'm not talking about songs where I actually am like the featured artist. I've made beats for rappers that did songs about Palestine and stuff. So it feels like some people may get mad at me because I don't share what's already happening.
Yeah, sure.
And for some people, it feels like, I don't support it enough or whatever. But to me, I'm an artist and I don't feel like I have any power. It's like voting. Like, let's say when I came to America, I was like, oh my God, I have the right to vote. But when I voted, it didn't feel like I made a lot of change.
Yeah.
So that did switch my the way I think about it. So I kind of forgot what we're talking about before I got to the voting situation.
Philistini. Your
Philistine.
song.
Okay, so the only thing I feel like the only thing I could do is actually make songs about it, and it's 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 tough for me to have to prove to people that I do support it without having to always be like, because it feels like back in the day there wasn't enough media for us to see the amount of shit that happens there. But nowadays it feels like there's plenty of it, and the only thing I could do is make music about it.
Yeah.
And the way that song came about is I was browsing through some instrumentals, and I didn't even know that that beat maker, he was Moroccan. So
That's cool.
well, here's the crazy part. I started writing a song, and usually I would have it on Logic, have the BPM counter, so I can just loop one section and start writing.
Yeah.
So I kept writing. So I had like the whole spiel. And then when I started recording, I get to the end of the instrumental, and there's like some Moroccan percussion in there. I was like, no freaking way, because I could not possibly like imagine that that guy was Moroccan.
Yeah.
So in that,
And he would have only used those drums because he would have known. Nobody else really would have thought to put that there.
well, just like what we were talking about the time signature too.
Yeah.
If somebody's not used to that, they will not know how to place it right.
I see.
Because there's producers that try to put Arabic stuff in American music, and sometimes it's kind of off, but that's in their own way. Kind of sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. But like that was really like on point. So yeah, I did not expect to see that. So to figure that out later, I was like, oh, this is perfect.
So
Hope that answers the question. Though.
yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Seems like you really take the time to craft your lyrics, and you're particular about what you say in your music. What is a message that you want to leave behind through your music?
You know, as I grew up, it always kind of shifts, because I feel like one of the pivotal moments that made me want to make music is seeing one of my favorite artists go to. It wasn't just singers. It was singers and soccer players. They would go to places where kids needed help, whether they were handicapped or whether they lived in a further, towns or cities or villages or whatever, and they would help them. And to see the joy of those kids when they see a celebrity, that's kind of what made me want to make music at the time. I don't know why I'm losing my train of thought so much. What was the question again?
Intentional about your lyrics. Like, what is your lasting
So yeah,
message you
so
want
yeah, it
people to hear
definitely
from
keeps shifting as I grow. I think that it's important for people to do what they love. I feel like that was my biggest struggle in life, and I want everybody to make sure if they're gonna do a job, they need to be passionate about it.
you? Yes.
Because they will deliver like no other.
Mm-hmm.
Because being proactive will not come from you just wanting to make money out of something. But if you love, I don't know, ceramics or whatever, then you're gonna fucking study it every day, and you're gonna be passionate, and you're gonna do it because you love it. So I would say my strongest message, or the way I kind of gear my music right now, is to just do what you enjoy, because at the end of the day, if you enjoy it, there's nobody can do it better than you.
Yes, I. So you do have a lot of spirituality in your music. Specifically, I heard the song Hamdulillah. How does spirituality and your faith come into play when you're writing your music?
I'm not like, I don't pray 5 times a day and stuff, so I don't feel like I'm the strongest Muslim you could ask. But it's one of the pillars that I kind of lean on, just on the belief that if you do something and you want it so bad, it kind of comes back to you. And whether it's called karma or whatever, I feel like all religions share that same thing. And that's kind of, again, that's where I lean against that pillar, because it feels like when I started being thankful is when my life became what it is today.
That's good. I feel the same way for myself when I was at a low point, and I was kind of almost like cursing at God, kind of saying like, what am I doing? My life is this way, that way, and I've been praying and ain't nothing helping. And then kind of get a little vision of all of the good things that the universe has done for you. And then you start to realize like, man, I should have just been giving thanks for all of those things, because all I was seeing was negative.
Absolutely.
And when you start seeing the positive things and all the good things that are in your life, then looking forward, you're looking at the positive things going forward instead of what is negative up ahead.
Yeah, it definitely shifts your perspective in life, and you live much happier. I feel like J. Cole's song "Love Yours"
Yeah.
was probably very helpful during that time when I was mad at God too.
Nice.
Because once I heard that song, he was like, it's easier to go like the grass is greener, but take care of your own type of thing. But he gave a lot of it like different examples, whether it's like whatever, like sometimes like you have a girl and you're fine with her, and then somehow you see some other girl and you're like, oh my God, I wish I could be dating her type of shit. But you have to love what you have, rather than like always be mad about the shit that you don't have. So
you talked about in Morocco when you were writing music in the beginning, it was a lot of like, I would say protest music maybe, or like anti-government,
anti-system,
anti-government and things like this. So, well, hip hop, reggae, they're kind of known as, speaking truth to power, from the beginning.
Music,
revolutionary music. How does those type of messages, how do they make their way into your music, or how do you deal with those kind of things in your songs?
I feel like recently I've been staying away from that just because the world we live in, man, it's crazy. It's like you can just like scratch your head and be like, oh no, he flipped somebody as he was touching his hair, some shit.
Yeah. So
I try to focus on love and positive things, just like we were talking about. Because to me, so migrating to America has also brought me to the understanding that nobody's happy nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, let's say here in America, we bitch about not having a good healthcare system. In France, they have it. But then they bitch about other things. They have free schooling there, too. But they're still mad at other things. And they're like, oh, my God, America. So this is not paradise, guys. This is not paradise. We should be fine with whatever we have.
Yeah, sure.
So that's where, like, watching all the politicians, whether it's in Morocco or in France. I didn't live in France, but I just, from what I hear, the news and stuff, and whatever is happening here. Whatever's happening here, don't get me started. But again, it's not like anybody's happy anywhere. You go to socialist countries and they're mad because they're like, well, I work harder than this guy, and this guy gets the same shit I get. So it's like,
I don't know. I know. It's hard. No, not everybody gets to be happy, I guess. Yeah. It sucks. So I want to talk a little bit about your process, and your craft. Can you walk us through maybe your songwriting process from like the idea to full production, done song?
I guess it's been again shifting as I age. There were moments where I would start just with drums, and we're talking like one shots, kick, snare, hi-hat, percussion, this, that, like one bit by bit. But now sometimes I just go through some loops and maybe chop them, maybe not, because I like the way it sounds. So it's been shifting. Sometimes it's just keys. I would start like just a few chords and like start singing. Sometimes it's just the chords, and then I go to make the beat, make it full. I have the structure, then decide to write. So every time is different.
Okay. And when you're writing something like some of your newer songs, I think Hocus Pocus was one of them. That's
an interesting one.
Yeah. But how much is it you just vibing versus you crafting something with intention?
That was definitely, I guess, with intention, because what had happened is I play with burlesque girls around town and stuff. That band is called Tease, by the way. We just got the official name now.
Oh, that's cool.
Not too long ago.
Tease. Fitting for a burlesque
You know what I'm
saying?
So I was just trying to go support the girls. One of the random Friday nights when they do their thing at Pearl Hour. And I was surprised that they did that bit with the Elliot acting like a kid, like in school, and her being the teacher and stuff. So as I was watching, I could just hear a song that fits that So whatever the music they were playing, I wasn't paying attention to. I was like, listen.
At a gig,
I
and
was
you're
like,
crafting
listen.
a song in your head.
I was like, listen, I see it. So that same night, bro, same night, I just came back home, started playing a little bit, and I was like, all right, I don't want this to be boring, so let's do sections. So it's definitely like, so the first part does not even have chords, it's just like a line.
Yeah.
And then after that, I have like a pre-chorus, so that's chords, and then hook, and that's the chords, and then I did the bridge. And then, I called Neil, and he was like, oh, this is dope, let's go.
There you go, dude.
So, and I reached out to them, and they were super happy to hear it, and we just shot a music video for it.
That's great.
So, we rented a little studio at PG.
Okay.
It was really nice. Honestly, like, if you ever think about... I mean, it's a dancing studio, but it's just a cool space to shoot in, for sure.
Send me the contact, man. We can
let me talk
see what we can do, dude. Because any kind of thing we could do for this new tune we got coming up.
Absolutely.
So as a keyboard player, do you approach songs differently when you're in the studio as opposed to when you are just behind the keyboard, like trying to write for another band or write parts for another production along with others?
So it depends, because I feel like in the studio you definitely have more room for error.
Yeah.
So you definitely take a lot more time to craft it. Whereas, on stage or like playing with others, you have to stick to whatever they expect from you.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it is. You have to tailor to whatever is happening around you. In the studio, you're more comfortable. Usually when I collab with somebody, I'm like, what about this? What about that? What about if you have any ideas, kind of thing? Because it's to keep the collab kind of mentality going. Yeah.
Okay, so I think earlier you said, I don't know, we touched a little bit on this, but as someone who immigrated here to the United States, can you touch a little bit on what your views are on the particular political climate right now?
One word: chaotic. Okay, I might, just it's hard for me to watch that a felon is a president.
yeah. I don't know, dude.
So just let's stick to chaotic. Just cut that in. It's weird. Yeah, that's probably all I have to say about it, because it's and like I said, like everybody in the world, whatever they are, we find people in India, just Cambodia, whatever. Nobody's 100% happy.
Yeah.
So I'm at peace with it.
And do you sometimes feel maybe torn between your Moroccan roots and your California life?
I live with a different mindset now. To me, I'm a citizen of the world. I don't like. There was a moment when I had like this identity crisis, because once you immigrate somewhere else, all of a sudden you go back to Morocco and you're not Moroccan anymore. Oh, there's the American fat dude. And then here,
interesting. Even
and then here, everybody is like, oh, there's the Moroccan dude. There's the Tajine.
So you kind of don't feel like you're wanted, sort of, in a way, like anywhere, kind of.
Yeah, and this is very common among immigrants. Every time they go somewhere, they start losing it, because they don't know. Because you go to a place and they call you a certain way, and you go to a different place and they call you a certain way. So, given that I went through that, to me, I just decided, and I've heard that actually from an artist. Her name is Indila. She's, I think she had like some Moroccan or like North African roots. I'm not sure. She never wanted to say where she was from, by the way. And every time they asked her, she was like, I'm a citizen of the world. Don't be like telling me da-da-da-da-da.
Interesting.
So,
no borders, no nations.
Kind of.
Yeah.
So when I heard that, I was like, oh, goddamn, she right. So I kind of like just, as soon as I heard her say that, I was like, actually, that's true. Because guess what? I didn't pick where I was going to be from. So like, if I was, I don't know, born in, Ghana or something, I would have been there. It's like, so it's like, yeah. So that's kind of my mindset about that.
If you could speak to a young immigrant and who's here in the U.S. trying to navigate the world of musician and trying to be a musician such as yourself, what would you say to them?
Don't do it. There's no money in it. It's I feel like music, just like any other fields, has been developing and changing constantly. So unless they really, again, just be passionate about what you do, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Whether you want to learn to play violin or sing or whatever, if you're good at it, if you're passionate, if you keep going at it, you will not starve.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say.
That's a good,
But yeah,
that's good advice.
There's no money in it if you don't love it.
True. And if you're in it for the money, then you're probably in it for the wrong reasons too.
Yeah.
You know? Cool, man. So just to touch a little bit about on this new song that you and I got coming up.
Let's go.
We're calling it No Fear Left because of the lyrics that you put on the hook. Ain't no fear left, which was really cool. And yeah, man, I mean, we see what's going on right now in the world, starvations and famines and bombs and things, and it's all stuff we don't agree with. I mean, considering you wrote a song, you know, about Palestine and you've been speaking on it, you know, here and there throughout your career in music. You know, how did you feel when you first heard, you know, my verses and the song?
Well, you definitely inspired me because also, like I said, I started music as a rapper a little bit because I used to have stage fright and all that.
Yeah.
So it definitely like brought me back to the times where I used to make music about like, you know, impactful reasons, I'd say, or like, you know, just like topics that are strong and stuff like that. So it definitely brought me back, and I enjoyed it very much. So listening to your verses, I was like, all right, well, let me like translate whatever he's trying to say, but like in my own kind of words, and that's where the "Ain't no fear left."
Yeah, I'm trying to like.
But then I had to ask you, and you were like, use rhythm, and I was like, all right, let's do that.
yeah, rise with the rhythm. I found that sentence. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's a cool sentence. I'm gonna try and, you know, use that somewhere. And I don't know what you're saying in your verse, to be fair, but like I'm also trying to learn it, like actually like say some of the words.
Oh, like
know?
Back me up.
Like no, yeah. So I'm like trying to like I think I can probably like pronounce them like phonetically, but I don't know what the what the words is. But
let me see.
But yeah, I mean, I wanted to get you on the song because only rightly so. Like, I mean, you're the closest person to me that I know that like speaks Arabic fluently. And that I mean, and I might have gotten Safa to get on a song like that with me too because he feels so strongly about this as well. But I feel like, you know, more people who follow the religion of Islam speak Arabic, probably. I mean, from what I can tell.
Technically, they should, because to read Quran, it's in Arabic. So
yeah, I mean, you get a translation, but who knows how good these translations are.
Yeah.
As we know with like the King James version of the Bible and stuff, a lot of it is not translated exactly correctly, and some of the words have been misattributed slightly. But yeah, I felt like it was proper, and because you can speak Arabic, I thought it would be sick to have a verse like that on there. And, you know, we're different around here. We play reggae music, yeah, but we're different, dude. It's not a one-sided thing. And I feel like in times of crisis, in times of need, and crucial times around the world, I think it's up to us musicians to use our voices for good. I do agree with like people who go out there and do like you know, happy fun time beach music and whatnot. That all has its place too, you know. And if you don't want to or not, you know, a politically charged or socially conscious musician with the message, that's also cool because that music has a place and a time.
Absolutely.
But I feel like that's not. I resonate with some of those songs, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I've been so passionate and so empathetic to the cause of the things happening around the world that I just can't be silent about it, you know?
Yeah. For me, I enjoy this aspect of music, which gives me this terrain, this field where I can actually do both. Because for me, we can't, because it's easy to just beat ourselves up for something that we're not even responsible for.
Sure.
And that's why for me, it's important to also celebrate our accomplishments as human beings.
Yes.
Because also, again, I'm going to say the same thing I said earlier. This is not paradise. We are supposed to have both parts of the spectrum so we understand what
yin
life
and
is
yang,
about.
light and dark,
Yin and
ebony ivory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and just, you know, that's always what I said. Because I'm also a Libra, and I really don't believe in that astrology shit. But at least for this part, you know what I'm saying? Look at it. At least for this part, I believe that the minus and plus are there for a reason.
Yeah.
So you
Sure.
can't, like, we will never have like this straight constant happy place. This is not paradise. That's what it is. So yeah,
Yeah.
I pulled out the lyrics here.
Oh,
so
shoot.
we can do this properly.
Yeah.
So we go line by line. Should I say it in Arabic or just go straight for the translation?
Say it in Arabic and then go for the translation after.
ما عرفتش ما نقول كل شيء راه باين في الشاشات. I don't know what to say because everything is already on the screens. الجريدة ولات غير صاحبك في الانترنت. The paper news now is just the internet. Like, you know, it's just,
Yeah.
it's like your friend on the
I
internet.
understood the word internet.
Yeah, like your friend can be like the internet. It could be the news. Like
Yeah,
your
yeah,
friend
yeah,
can
yeah,
just
yeah.
tell you what it is. 75 years of occupation. Like what is this child's play or whatever?
Yeah.
Habits. I don't know how to translate that one.
Yeah.
Habits. What is this? I don't know. It's just habits. Yeah, but the idea is like, what the hell is this?
Mm-hmm. What the hell is this?
والزلمة الغبراء وهي كلها فتات. Because I saw a video where like the Palestinians were picking up like fucking wheat from the ground, and it was like they needed to like sift it or whatever so they can eat it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what that was. عباد الله رزقنا قوس الخطر. عباد الله is like, oh, people of God, the alarm of danger has been rung or something. Okay. وش معيتوش من الفراجة في الدمار. Are you not sick of like watching all these people lose everything? ملي كيبغيو يصفيوها البشر, when they want to like kill people, they have money, euro, dinar, dollars, they have all the currencies. Ain't no fear. Yeah, and then the hook. So that's that.
That's cool.
I'm not
Well,
a translator.
it's yeah, but it's good to know, you know, that you felt the vibes and you felt like you needed to come with the heat too, and those are some fire words.
No, absolutely. And like I said, it's just, for me, I enjoy all aspects of music, whether, because like people, like, let's say a lot of people like, you know, trash metalheads or like, you know, different genres of music, and I'm like, listen, if that's not your cup of tea, just don't be charged at it like that.
Yeah.
Like it's got its own, it's people for a reason. So, you know, sometimes, you know, some fans might get confused when they see me always like singing, you know, in reggae bands, and all of a sudden they see me like do jazz tunes and stuff, and they're like, but I love that part. I love, like, especially being the way I am, the way I look, and then when people see me on stage, they're like, oh, what's about to happen?
So in closing, kind of like what's next for Sweesly, but also, what's up with your band?
I know everybody's asking. It's in the works. My guitar player Zachary Guerin is a very busy man, so he's been touring. First time we had to take a break, it was a month and a half. This time it's gonna be a month. So I think we're not gonna be able to rehearse this Monday, and maybe next one he's gonna be available. So that's basically why we haven't done anything yet, because he's out, and right now I'm just focusing on writing some more stuff, because a lot of venues want 3 hours of music and they do not want to play covers. So I gotta come up with 2 hours. I mean, really? I do have a lot of songs.
So your band members don't want to play covers. Interesting.
They don't want to play covers.
In my case, I mean, at least with reggae, I'm like, dude, you gotta put a Sublime. You have to put a Bob in there. We have to play Sweat. Yeah. You know what I mean? We have to play some classic songs where people are going, what I got, and this and that. Mm-hmm. We got to do these things because I feel like, you know, I mean, yeah, if you're the background noise tonight, it's going to be hard for people to get down with your original music. But if you're the background noise and you're playing something that everybody recognizes, they're going to be way more inclined to get up and start dancing.
Well, I definitely share your opinion, and that's why I even proposed that, because I was like, listen, people usually, like, when you play their favorite song, they resonate with your music a little bit more, because they're like, oh, they fuck with a certain artist, you know, I love that person. Yeah. So it does help a little bit, but you know, I just have to roll with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very grateful that those guys have embraced my music. Honestly, it's a blessing to have Sam. He has the bass player. He has this pedal board. It's just crazy. It's got like, I'll have to show it to you. I can't even, I'm not going to do it justice. But like, he's got some crazy sounds. Oh my God. I've never seen a bass player have like a pedal to begin with.
Yeah.
And he just kills it. So yeah, Sam is phenomenal. What he's doing has been a blessing. Izzy, you already know.
Yeah, no, we know.
He comes in with the samples, the in-ears, whatever. He's ready. Neil.
Yeah.
Come on.
We know. Neil's amazing on that saxophone.
Neil is like, I don't know, everything bagel, you just throw it anywhere.
Everything bagel.
Just make it taste good. And then Zachary is just lick-wise and all of the riffing he does and stuff. Like, I don't know, have you heard of Strawberry Girls?
No. Strawberry.
Just give it a shot if you get a chance.
Okay.
And especially if you get a chance to go to a show, because it's they did this count-in situation when they were like, we still talk about it till now. So yeah, he's a very skilled musician, and yeah, we're just waiting until he's back, and then we're gonna rehearse some more. I think we're gonna get a show going. I don't wanna. Okay, well, we don't have any details yet, so I'll provide when it's ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. And maybe the last question for you. If you could go back to 14-year-old Swees, starting to play music, writing songs, and head to the studio, what would you tell him?
Invest in studying music, and never stop. Because there was a point in my life where like I started playing keys, and I was able to play whatever came to my mind, and it felt like, oh, I got it now. But no.
Yeah. Once I learned tabs on the guitar, forget about it, dude.
Yeah. So that definitely, that's one tip I wish somebody had told me, to invest in myself in music, to not be fearful to get a loan even, because a lot of the friends or the people that were making music with me at the time, they went on to like some fancy schools elsewhere, and now they're playing everywhere, like upright basses, violin, sax, whatever. So watching their success, I'm just like, motherfucker. So, but at the same time, I don't want to, fall into the grass is greener on the other side type of thing, because I know that people are watching my videos and they're like, oh my God, I wish I could be Swees right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Comes sometimes with some hateful comments. I see you. But hey, I couldn't handle it before, but now I'm good.
Yeah. Well, all right. So I guess thank you for, being the first person on the pod.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate you having to drive all the way from Hollister to make it here. And sorry about the tiny space.
No, it's all right, man. You know what? I'm really glad that we're friends. I'm really glad I met you. I'm really glad you joined our band. I mean, musically, you bring a different vibe, of course. And I just think, whatever project you're a part of, you always bring the vibe. I mean, you have one of the greatest voices of the music scene that we're a part of, I think, to be honest. Yeah, real. I mean, the way that you can bend your voice and do certain things, it totally elevates us when you do that kind of stuff in the background, and people totally talk about your vibe, your aesthetic, or even sometimes what you're dressed like on stage or fro, and then when you come in with just the extra ad libs and things in the songs that we're not even expecting you to do, you just do it and you just go for it, or even just a wee on the keys real quick, like, dude, it makes all the difference, man.
And I have to express my gratitude for joining this band. I have to thank Sean for that, because for years he was like, you should play with Dub Souljah, you should join us with Dub Souljah. I don't know why, for some reason, when I was with Sensory Tribe, I thought it was a loyalty thing. I needed to be like in one band, and if I play in another band, it's like, being...
Zach, you better quit your other band, bro, because I need more commitment, bro.
I hear that all the time, but hey, good luck. But yeah, at the time, like I was like, no, I only can do one project at a time and stuff. But by the time I joined, again, I've gained so much experience, made quite a lot of money playing with you, man, and I'm very grateful for that. From stage experience, like I said, from the issues that we've been encountering,
Sure.
I don't know how many people I've told about the van and the Jenny, the
Oh
Selena
my
Swan
God.
Festival. I tell that story to everybody.
Big up to Brantley Whitmer and his van.
Brentelius.
Yes.
Yeah, he
yes.
did risk his van.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. So yeah, I've gained a lot. Whether again, like I said, experience going to different places. Like we've been traveling
Yeah.
quite a lot, and
Yeah.
whether it's Farmington or some of the private gigs we've done, Hollister here or there, it's been a great experience. And this is basically my happy place. Like whenever
Yeah.
we're doing stuff like that, there's nothing that matters anymore.
Sure.
Yeah.
I get it, man. I get it. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Swees.
Thank you,
Zach. You're awesome.
Yes, I.
You will
I've also
see.
learned some reggae.
Yeah. So tell people where they can find you at, where they can follow you at, your socials.
I mean, you should already know I'm pretty famous, around here. Kind of a big deal. So, you can find me on IG. You just look up Sweesly. That's SWEESLY. You can look me up on YouTube, Sweesly as well. Sweesly Maak is probably gonna find my channel a little bit better. I play in a couple of projects. So Sensory Tribe, Dub Souljah. I have Barkings, I have Tease, and I have Sweesly Maak Band. And sometimes I join other bands if they call me. So you will find me in all of these pages. And yeah, hope you enjoy what we have to present to you guys.
Alrighty. Give thanks, Zach.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you next time, bro.
Thank you, bro.